tonight, from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's Thursday.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Rolling to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll buy some time right. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. They set up the screen. Achane has it. Down the left sideline and all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school, didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level.
Down to about the 23. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this. First quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A run straight ahead with Achane. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. And they'll send Waddle in motion left. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, trying to put those points on the board and settle back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 23 carries, 114 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he's up to the 24. They'll try to right side with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. You talk about this Miami defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught by Pickens. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the Pickett. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pickett will look to throw it here. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun on third down, Pickett working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
2 yards to go, second down. From the gun, here's Pickett. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He gets it complete to Harris. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First and goal from just inside the 5. Pickett. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down, here's Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Nifty move. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. That went down the field for Freiermuth. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend. in week number 3. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well, one being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the New York Jets. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, in our game, to call it a defensive battle would be an understatement. 0-0 is our score. We'll be looking for something in that second half as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
I love it. When you fart, I have to suffer and swallow it. Wow. Funny. I know. You actually fart more than I do. That's crazy.
After a
Yeah, you've been farting more than way more than I have.
Just looking for something as the second half
and you've been swimming almost the same or even more miserable. I don't know what's
and
going on.
he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They run again with Harris. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Harris running straight ahead.
Arriba, arriba, arriba.
But he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oh, yeah.
Pickett back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Now Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where
I love it.
Spot it now?
Oof, this is the best first team I can have.
Line, it looks like. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
I love it.
Here's Achane to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. A give left side, here's Achane. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. The 20, and all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there for Miami. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Achan will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
Whoa.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw, Pickett. A throw left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a 1st down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Fields changing the play. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. It's Fields rolling to his right. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 44 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more.
Yard they gain, getting them better in field position, and obviously
score a touchdown, great, but that's not what you're really playing for.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So here's Pickett and the Steelers. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just under 2 minutes to go. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Pickett to throw. Pass complete to Harris. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now Pickett. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw on target to Godwin here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They'd prefer to use them on the defensive end, but here's 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Looking to throw here, Pickett. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here we go, 1st and goal. Here's Pickett. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Moody good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All eyes on Fields. On the move to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This is 1st and 10. One final shot for Pickett. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young